Hey everyone, it's Brett Hornby here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And welcome back to another Calgary Stampeders game day post, as we are now approaching the third or fourth week of October in 2020, and actually been spoiled with the weather here in Calgary until recently. Now it feels like we're approaching the end of October. That means playoff races start heating up as the Calgary Stampeders crazily we are taking on the Saskatchewan Roughriders for the first time this season. Yeah, we waited 11 months. I'm going to call this one kind of 11 months for possible revenge, because speaking of playoff races, well, this is the last game for week 20 between the Calgary Stampeders and the Saskatchewan Roughriders. This will be at Mosaic Stadium in Regina. I think it's 5 p.m. kickoff. Time just slipped my head. Anyway, it won't be as late, but the game will be determined what could be on the line for both or one of these teams, because of the loss last week for the Calgary Stampeders and the win by the BC Lions. BC is in the driver's seat now for nailing down a home playoff date. So if the BC Lions happen to beat the Edmonton Elks tonight, which will be long after when this video is recorded, the Calgary Stampeders will know they'll be going to BC on Sunday, November the 6th. And the Calgary Stampeders, I think I still say, are preparing this game like they have no implications on the stands, but are still fielding a full roster, essentially to tune up for the playoffs, as the only major injury that the Calgary Stampeders will have coming in this game is the fact that Peyton Logan is still out, or will be out, and I meant to say Malik Henry will be out with an injury still this week, but apparently we're hearing players like Kamar Jordan may be healthy in time for the playoffs. But the case with the Saskatchewan Roughriders and the fact that maybe we waited 11 months for some possible revenge, well, we lost to the Hamilton Tiger Cats at home last week, mostly on turnovers. Well, the Hamilton Tiger Cats, they've been playing strong down the stretch, and they take on the Ottawa Redblacks to kick off week 20. And the Ottawa Redblacks have been eliminated from playoff contention. Well, if the Hamilton Tiger Cats do indeed defeat the Ottawa Redblacks tonight, then the Calgary Stampeders might actually have a chance to eliminate the Saskatchewan Roughriders from playoff contention at all, which should be kind of fitting because the Saskatchewan Roughriders did eliminate the Calgary Stampeders from the playoffs, although it was in the West semifinal in that overtime game. But it'll be sort of fitting. But both teams will know what's on the line when it comes to the game time, because it'll be the last game of the week. Potentially the Calgary Stampeders will know that they're no longer in running for still having hopes for a home playoff date, and the Saskatchewan Roughriders might be playing for their playoff lives, literally, if Hamilton wins tonight. Although it's very, very interesting on the Saskatchewan Roughriders side of the ball, as the Saskatchewan Roughriders have been fumbling down the stretch. They are not starting Cody Fajardo in quarterback. They're going to be starting Mason Fine for his first start of his career, as I know. This is definitely a big unknown. I mean, like last year, early in the season, the big unknown was Jake Maier. Who knows, could this be Saskatchewan's Jake Maier that may be playing for their playoff lives? Could Mason Fine be fine for the Saskatchewan Roughriders? But I'm going to say, despite the potential what could be on the line or not for either side in this game, it's always a hostile environment for the Calgary Stampeders and visitors in Saskatchewan. I just kind of have to rant about the schedule once again, that this is week 20 in the CFL regular season, second last week of the season in this yet this is the first time that the Calgary Stampeders and Saskatchewan Roughriders are facing off against each other almost 11 months to the day from the playoff game. Well, we had the Edmonton Elks 4 times, 5 if you count preseason up until the Labor Day rematch. And then we had the BC Lions, 3 times in 5 weeks. And then we had the Winnipeg Blue Bombers 3 times in 4 weeks. But yet, it just didn't exactly work out this way, where there is not much playoff implications on the line for the Saskatchewan Roughriders or the Calgary Stampeders, because I think more likely the likely scenario is the BC Lions will be locking down second place. So this game will definitely be more of a tune-up game for the Calgary Stampeders, just to try to work on what ailed them last week. But records can also be thrown out the window when you have your heated rival. But yeah, this is pretty much my Calgary Stampeders game day post for Week 20, where the Calgary Stampeders taking on the Saskatchewan Roughriders in Saskatchewan for the second last week of the 2022 CFL Regular season. We know the Calgary Stampeders will be taking on the BC Lions in the West semifinal on Sunday, November the 6th, and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers will be waiting for said Calgary or BC on Sunday, November 13th. However, the East Division is still wide open, as Montreal still has their sights on set first, same with Toronto. And Hamilton, they definitely could be cheering for the Calgary Stampeders tomorrow to beat the Saskatchewan Roughriders, so they can clinch a playoff spot, eliminating the playoff crossover. But that's all I have. I mean, Saskatchewan is hosting the big game for the Grey Cup this year, but it's looking less likely they'll be having another celebration in Rider Nation like they did in 2013. So yeah, I'll close out and say, if you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fans' journey, home of the Flames, Hitman, Roughnecks, Stampeders, as I mostly do talk Calgary sports on my YouTube channel, or I'm still going to change the way I'm going to recap games and stories. I still need to catch up with that, but I also do variety of non-sports content like personal vlogs, attempt comedy. I also do share my experience I'm on the road or sporting event, and recently I did post all my content from my Mount Robson trip, both here on my main channel and my second channel in Brett Hornby Shorts, where I exclusively put my short form content on there. For example, recapping what happens between the Calgary Stampeders and the Saskatchewan Roughriders tomorrow. Will there be any playoff implications? And then, now that hockey season's back, I post Calgary Flames post-game recaps. So I appreciate like, subscribe both here on my main channel as well as my second channel. And as always, my social media links for other ways you can follow me is in the description below. So I'm going to say, go Stamps, go. Maybe we'll serve up some revenge 11 months later to the Saskatchewan Roughriders, depending on how Week 20 plays out overall. So I just want to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And as always, I don't look as good wearing green with a watermelon on my head anyway. I'd rather eat watermelons than wear it. That's what differentiates me from those people in Rider Nation. So thanks for watching.